to a neutral spine. And as you exhale, cross over your knees and your ankles. Find tabletop, and then from tabletop, lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Lengthen your legs behind you and untuck your toes. Release the tops of your feet to your mat. Draw your forearms underneath you to support you in a Sphinx pose. Your elbows are directly aligned underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. Play around with the space between your feet. Find a space where your sacrum feels at ease. You can stay here with your gaze slightly forward, or you can allow your shoulder blades to fall in towards each other and release your chin towards your chest. Perhaps bring a prop, a pillow, or something to place underneath your forehead for support. Whatever position that you place your head in, allow your neck to be at ease. Notice the sensations within your spine, connective tissues that support you here in this posture. Allow your breath to be organic, natural, supportive. Your hips and your pelvis settle into the earth. Release any tension in your legs and in your glutes. Settle into stillness in the shape. Your next exhale breath, draw your right ear over to your right shoulder. Pause here and take a few rounds of breath into the left side of your neck. Exhale, release your chin to your chest, taking a semicircle movement with your head. Pause with the crown of your head drawing towards the earth, your chin tucking towards your chin. Take one more round into the back side of your neck. As you inhale, draw your left ear to your left shoulder. Pause for 3 rounds of breath. Exhale, release your chin to your chest. Then release your elbows out to the side and stack your palms, so one palm on top of the other hand. Release your forehead to your hands. Shift your pelvis side to side. Feel your heart settle into the space of the earth. Feel the energy shift and move along the length of your spine, the connective tissues that support your spine. Now draw your palms back underneath your shoulders to support you. And Pressing up slowly to a tabletop pose. Walk your hands back to your knees. Come to sit on your heels. Come into ankle stretch here. Draw your hands behind you on the earth. And lift your knees off of your mat. Draw your shoulder blades together and lift your gaze towards the ceiling. Take 9 rounds of breath here. On your next exhalation, release your shins and your knees to the earth. Pause for a moment here. Now walk your palms forward to tabletop. Gently tap the tops of your feet. From your tabletop pose, return all the way down onto your belly and chest. Draw your right arm forward. You can rotate onto your right side. Then step your left foot out in front of you. Bend your right knee. Reach your left hand around to clasp your foot. You might reach for a pant leg or use something nearby, a blanket or something to lasso the foot. Once you find the clasped foot, you might open your heart towards the ceiling and come deeper into a twist. Allow your breath to support you in this shape. Notice what's present within your heart, hip spaces, sensations, tightness or ease. See if you can release any muscular tension in the glutes, the quadriceps. Shift your awareness and your attention into your heart space. Feel a sense of opening and expansion across your heart space, particularly as you inhale. Your next inhale to release your foot. Stretch your left arm overhead. Draw your legs together towards the back end of your mat. and come forward onto your belly. Your palms underneath your shoulders. Press up through tabletop. Like you can take a couple of rounds of cow and cat pose or any organic movement that calls to you here. Draw your big toes to touch. Bend your knees nice and wide. And press back to a child's pose. If you have some pillows or a stack of blankets, you can place those underneath your heart. A little extra support. Rest your forehead on your mat or on your props. If you prefer, you can turn and rest on either temple and cheek. I'll let you know when we're halfway through the hold that you can turn and rest on the opposite cheek. In this shape, notice the expansion and release of your lungs, side to side. And notice the expansion and release of your lungs with your breath front to back. If you're resting on a cheek, gently turn your gaze to the opposite side. Settle your awareness back into this shape, into this pose, and into your breath. Now observe the expansion and release of your lungs from top to bottom. Finally, observe the flow of your breath as your lungs expand and release in all directions. Take 3 additional full breaths here. Nice, long, slow, soft inhale, followed by a gentle exhalation. Draw your head back to a neutral alignment. And now press yourself up to tabletop. When you arrive, draw your knees into alignment underneath your hips. Take some organic movement into your spine. Perhaps step one foot back. Take a nice long stretch to the back side of your leg. And release. Take the same long stretch on the second leg. And release your knee. Walk your hands one handprint forward. And settle your body, your front side down onto the earth. Draw your left arm forward. And roll onto your left side. Then bring your right foot up and out by the side. Take your right arm to reach for your left foot. Bend your left knee. You find the clasp. Open across your collarbones, your heart. Take your gaze towards the ceiling. You might support your head and neck with a pillow or a blanket. You might support your head and neck with your left hand. Draw your awareness into the sensations felt within your body, particularly in your hips. Twist in the spine. The opening across your heart space. Notice where within your body you might allow some attention to release. Recall your intention for your practice. The idea of creativity and transition. Often it is creativity and ingenuity that is born from frustration, challenging circumstances. You might take a moment to recognize the challenging circumstances that you find yourself in this moment in time. Recognize the opportunity that lies within the challenge to transform, to cultivate a sense of hope and well-being. Take 3 additional breaths here. Gently release the clasp of your foot. Stretch your right arm overhead. Stretch your right leg back and return onto your belly. And take a moment here to pause with your forearms or your hands stacked. The opposite forearm or hand that was stacked on top. It's the last time you were here. A moment to recognize what's present within your body, your mind, your experience. Then draw your palms underneath your shoulders once more. Press yourself up through tabletop. Come to a seated posture with your legs extended straight out in front of you. As you know, I'm a big fan of placing folded blanket underneath the sit bones for seated postures. You might choose to do that. Come into caterpillar pose next. So extend your legs straight out in front of you. Take a moment to feel the connection of your sit bones against the earth. As you inhale, feel the sense of uprightness in your spine. As you exhale, feel the sense of groundedness within your being. As you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. As you exhale, hinge forward from your hips. Hold your caterpillar pose. Rest your hands, your palms on your shins or on either side of your legs on the earth. Begin to release any muscular effort in the legs. Allow your upper body to be heavy. Your spine can round. Into this gentle undulation within your body. To rest in this pose. Incremental, subtle movement of lifting with the inhalation. A subtle, incremental release, settling downward as you exhale. Full length of your next inhale breath to rise vertebra by vertebra up to your seated posture. Arrive. Draw your shoulders forward and up towards your ears. Inhale. Exhale, draw your shoulders down your back. And then twice more. Reverse the movement. Draw your shoulders back and up, forward and down. Here you may want to scoot yourself forward on your mat. Make sure that you have enough space behind you to come all the way supine onto your back. Have any props nearby for your Yoga Nidra practice. And then as you exhale, lower down vertebra by vertebra. Feel a full sense of release as your body meets the earth. Lift your arms by your side. Allow your feet to flop open. Imagine that you are laying a carpet of thick grass under the light of the full moon. With your next inhale, to draw your arms up overhead. Plant your toes and stretch your legs long. Then take your arms over to the right. Walk your legs over to the right as well for Banana Asana. You might cross your right ankle over your left. The intercostal muscles of your rib cage. Move. Expanding and releasing with your breath. Your next inhale to return to center. Both your arms and your legs. Pause for a full round of breath and notice what you feel. Your next inhalation, a full body stretch. Rock your arms and your legs over to the left. The second side of Banana Asana. Perhaps crossing your left ankle over your right. Draw your attention to the intercostal muscles of the rib cage on the right side now. You might recognize both this sense of safety, protection that the rib cage offers the lungs, as well as this brilliance, the pliability, these little muscles in between each rib, allowing the breath to flow. Next inhale to release the pose. Release your arms by your side. Set yourself up for Shavasana and the practice of Yoga Nidra. You need to get any props for your practice. It's nice to have some support underneath the head. As well as perhaps a blanket to cover you up with as your body temperature may drop during the practice.